Hi, this is a practice for pranayama in preparation for meditation. So we will get started. You can sit in whatever comfortable position you would like to. I recommend not lying down because you will probably not be able to breathe as deeply as we need to, and you might even fall asleep. So we'll start with the eyes closed. And we're gonna, as we close the eyes, we're just going to find our normal and natural breath right now. So that we start to train our mind from the very beginning to find simply the ability to pay attention to the breath. Keep your physical eyes relaxed. As you find your natural breathing, even out your attention to the breath, to the inhale and the exhale. So usually we will pay more attention to the inhale, right? Because when we think about taking a breath in, we think about inhaling. We don't think about the exhale side of the breath. So maybe spend a little more time exhaling, putting more effort, physical and mental effort behind your breath, behind your exhale. But mostly let your attention remain on this natural breath. In other words, intentionally do not change the breath very much, right? Just even out your attention to the inhale and the exhale. Now, once you find your normal natural breath, start to count how long it is taking you to inhale through both nostrils and how long it is taking you to exhale through both nostrils. Without moving into Ujjayi breath, intentionally create a balance between the duration of the inhale and the duration of the exhale. If you're inhaling for 5, you are exhaling for 5. And once you have evened out both sides of your natural breath, I'm going to have you open your eyes for a second and take a look. We're going to make a little mudra with our right hand. So with your right hand, you're going to fold the first 2 fingers of your hand down. The last 2 fingers and your thumb will open up. You could also bring, instead of folding the fingers in, you could bring the first 2 fingers to the third eye. I don't like to do that, so I'm going to do it this way. But you certainly can. This is Nadi Shodhana. We're going to start with the right nostril setting the tempo. If you are doing this in the morning, please use this side of the breath. We are then going to switch over to the left nostril starting because that's what we want to start with in the evening. Or if we're already feeling enervated or anxiety ridden, we're going to start with the left nostril. But to energize, let's say you're doing this first thing in the morning, we will start with right nostril. So let's start by exhaling through both nostrils. Now close off the left nostril softly. Don't really push your nose all the way to the side, right? But just softly close off the nostril. Take an inhale through the right and count how long it is taking you to inhale through the right nostril. Close off both nostrils once you finish your inhalation. Now, keeping your right one closed, open the left and exhale through the left for the same duration it just took you to inhale through the right. Inhale through the left now. Keep the nostril open. Inhale through the left for the same amount of time. Close off both nostrils. Hold for a moment. Full. Exhale through the right for the same duration it took you to inhale through the right. Even if it feels like you are empty well before that number, just keep the nostril open and keep the action of exhale going. Do that again. Inhale through right. Close off. Hold empty for a moment. I'm sorry, hold full for a moment. Exhale through the left for the same duration. Inhale through left. For the same amount of time, close off both nostrils. Hold full for a moment. Exhale through the right for the same amount of time. Keep this going. Inhaling for as long as you can through the right. Count how long. Close off both nostrils. Exhale through left for the same duration. Inhale through left for the same amount of time. Close off left. Hold full for a moment. Exhale through the right for the same period of time. This time, as you take your next inhale, inhale for as long as you can. Count how long. This is going to be your set ratio now. So if you are now going for 5, you're going to hold with both nostrils shut for a full 5 seconds. Then you're going to exhale through the left nostril, opening left nostril for 5. Inhaling for another 5 through the left nostril, or whatever it is, however long you're taking your inhale. Pause with both nostrils shut for the same amount of time. So if you just inhale for 5, you're holding for 5. And then you're exhaling through the right nostril for the same duration. All right, so you've already set your tempo now. If you just were inhaling for 5, you're gonna keep that going. Inhale 5, hold full 5, exhale through the other side 5, inhale 5, hold full for 5, and exhale through the right nostril for 5. That is 1 round. Keep it going in your own time and pace. We're going to do 3 more rounds in this manner. So finish the one that you're on and take 3 more rounds on your own. Please finish the round that you're on, and a round is finished when you exhale through the right nostril. Once you have exhaled through the right nostril, please bring your right hand down into your lap. Take a breath or two, an active breath or two through both nostrils. And then let all effort behind the breath fall away. Bring your attention to your third eye center. Your physical eyes are relaxed. You're not looking up with your third eye. With your physical eyes at the third eye. You're simply gazing from the center of your brain, really, right, at the inside of the center of your forehead. Noticing how you're feeling. Hold your attention at the third eye for as long as you can. Notice when the mind wanders away and come back to gazing at the inside of your inner skull, at the inside of the center of your forehead, from the vantage point of the middle of your brain. Check in with your jaw. Make sure you're not clenching your teeth or clenching your jaw. Check in with your forehead. Make sure that you are not furrowing your brow. Check in with your eyes. Make sure your eyelids are relaxed. And notice how your body feels. Right? And usually after this practice, I feel a little tingly and light. Feel a little more energy flow through the body than I did a moment ago. Use that sensation as another way to stay anchored to the present moment. Feel whatever there is to feel. And now go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to do that same thing, but on the opposite, starting with the left nostril, setting the ratio. So again, your right hand, you can bring your first two fingers up to your third eye. That will help you pay attention to your third eye. For me, it feels straining with these last two fingers to fold down when these fingers are up. Right, so I'm going to keep them folded in. Start with a strong exhale through both nostrils. Close off the right nostril. Inhale through the left. Count how long it is taking you to inhale through the left. When you are full, close off both nostrils, hold for just a moment, exhale through the right for the same duration. Inhale through the right for the same duration. Hold full for a moment. Exhale through the left nostril for the same amount of time. Again, if it feels like you're empty before that count is up, keep the action of exhale going. Keep the nostril open. When you're ready, inhale through left nostril. Count how long it's taking you. Even if it's different, right? Count how long this inhale is taking you. Close and hold full for a moment. Exhale through the right for the same amount of time, even if it's longer than it was on the last one. Right? We're trying to get a set ratio. Inhale through the right nostril for the same amount of time. Close both nostrils off, hold full for just a moment. Exhale now through the left nostril for the same amount of time. And one more time, just to see if our ratio is set, we're going to inhale, count how long again it is taking us to inhale. This will be our set. Close off, hold for a moment. Exhale through the right for the same duration. Inhale through the right for the same duration. Close and hold full for a moment. Exhale through the left for the same amount of time. Now we'll add the holds after the inhale. So inhale through the left nostril. Again, whatever you got to last time is your ratio, is your count. Hold full for the same count. So if you just inhaled for 7, you're holding the in-breath for 7. With both nostrils closed off gently. Then we're exhaling through the right nostril for 7. We're inhaling through the right nostril for another 7, or whatever it took you to inhale through the left nostril. And now we're going to close off both nostrils and hold for the same duration. So if we just inhaled for 7, we're going to hold for 7. And now we're going to exhale through the left for the same duration was set from the left nostril inhaling, right? So this is all based on how long it takes you to inhale through left. Do this again. Inhale through left for the same amount of time as you did last time. Hold full. Exhale through right. Inhale through right. Hold full for same period of time. Exhale through left for same duration. Finish this round. If you've just finished, if you've just started another one, finish that one. Take 3 more full rounds after that. Each time you hold your in-breath, hold your attention at your third eye center. Keep your physical eyes relaxed. When you're ready to exhale, you're letting go of that exhale through the nostril, whatever nostril you are on. Follow the exhale out through that nostril with your mind's eye. I have not mentioned that you can change your seated posture at any time when you start to feel uncomfortable. This should be your final round or somewhere close, right? So once you have taken your final round, which is the end of that exhalation through the left nostril, bring both of your hands into your lap. Take 2 or 3 more rounds of inhaling and exhaling through both nostrils. Natural breath, Nadi Ujjayi. Let all effort behind the breath fall away. Notice how you're feeling now. Draw your attention to the inside of your skull, right on the inside of the center of your forehead. Gazing at that part of your body from the vantage point of the middle of your brain, the center of your skull. This is often referred to as open monitoring because we're not doing anything except using our third eye as the object of our awareness, but we're also able to then notice other parts of this experience, right? Our mind is open, our anchor is at our third eye, but we are openly monitoring how we're feeling here, how our body feels. Are there any emotions coming up? How our mind feels. How our peripheral vision is, right? Does it feel like we can now see further to either side of ourselves or above us or below us even more? But our attention stays on the third eye as we notice all of these other aspects of our experience. This is a form of meditation, and you can certainly keep this going for as long as you would like to by simply just turning off this recording. If you are going to go on with this pranayama meditation or pranayama that leads you into meditation, just know that at any point after any one of these exercises, these are all standalone exercises that you can turn off the recording, turn off the video, and just be in your body, right? With the after effects of that breathing practice. It's really nice if you have the time to do this whole thing now, right? So the next one we're going to do, I'm going to change my position and I'll invite you to do it as well. We're going to come up onto the hands and the knees. We'll take an inhale to extend the spine. As you exhale, I'll have you round your back and then stay in a rounded back position. If this bothers your wrist at all, you can sit back on your heels and push your hands into your thighs instead with the back rounded. So once your back is rounded, keep breathing. Breathe into your back body. Let your head hang and weigh heavy. And now start your Ujjayi breathing. If you're not sure what Ujjayi breathing is, you don't have to take it. For me, it's just a little more tangible. I keep forgetting to record a video about how to do Ujjayi breath. I will do that, and I will put that on my YouTube page as well. But I'm assuming that you do know Ujjayi breath here. So go ahead and strong exhale. Every time you finish your exhalation, you're going to hollow out your belly. And then I want you to find in this position your vertebrae, specifically the vertebrae that are in between your back ribs. So you're going to find your lowest rib. You can even reach back with your hands to find it. And once you find your lowest ribs, either side, you're going to find the vertebrae between those ribs, the vertebrae, I should say, between those ribs. And you're going to breathe directly to the space between the vertebra right at the lowest rib and the one right above it. Okay, this takes quite a bit of concentration. Again, if your wrists get tired here, I like to do that pose for a while just because it gets me out of that seated pose, but you can always come down into a seated position. Your back is just slightly rounded, so you can reach back and find the vertebrae. If it does feel better to extend your spine here, please make sure you're not hyperextending because we don't want the back muscles to feel strained or like they're working out. Okay, so again, wherever that lowest vertebra is that lines up with your lowest rib, breathe in between that one and the one right above it. And think about your intervertebral disc here. Saturate the intervertebral disc with breath. And as you exhale, we're not going to recompress our spine at all, but we are going to wring out excess. Now walk your attention up into the next space between the vertebrae. So go up one rib further and into the space between the vertebrae there. Inhale into the intervertebral disc. And the back is going to puff back. Or if you're on your hands and knees, your back will puff up. It doesn't matter how successful you are with isolating that one intervertebral disc. We are just using this as a way to keep our mind actively engaged in what we're doing. Please make sure your neck is relaxed. It's really hard to keep the neck relaxed here, so just keep awareness there as well. As you exhale, I'm going to wring out the excess in that spongier part of the spine. Walk your attention up one vertebra higher into the space between the next vertebrae. Inhale into that space. Exhale to wring out the excess. Isolating your awareness in between two vertebrae at a time, right? Move your attention up and just keep that going. Right? Just keep that going so that eventually you're walking your way up. Your mind is walking its way up now underneath the shoulder blades. And then we're inhaling into the vertebrae right at in line with the tips of the shoulder blades into the intervertebral disc, I should say, between that vertebra and the one above it. Just keep doing that. Just march your attention up your spine, one vertebra at a time, really one intervertebral disc at a time. Breathe into the spaces between your bones so that each time you inhale in between the bones, in between the vertebrae, you are creating more space between the vertebrae. And then we're exhaling out the excess. We're not recompressing the spine. Move your attention up into the next intervertebral disc. Puff it up with your in-breath. Saturate that intervertebral disc with breath. Exhale the excess out. In the same way that we might saturate a sponge and then wring out the excess fluid in that sponge, but the sponge doesn't go back to being dried up and compressed. It stays saturated, right? Just not overly saturated. Keep walking your way up your spine and keep your breath going. Walk up another space into the next intervertebral disc. Now you should be getting somewhere close to the base of your neck. Once you get to the base of your neck, I will ask you to sit back if you're not already on your heels, so that your neck is not just hanging down, but you can actually feel the neck extending up. The crown of your head reaches up as though you're rooting your crown into the ceiling. The shoulders are down, away from the ears. And now breathe one intervertebral disc at a time, one spongy part of the spine at a time, all the way up to the base of your skull. Move in your own time and pace. Saturate on inhale. Bring out excess on exhale. When you finally make it up to the base of your skull, bring your attention back to the back of the brain. With your physical eyes relaxed, you are gazing at the back of your brain from the inside of your third eye, right again at the center of your brain. But this time we're looking back at the back of the brain there, right at the base of the skull. With your physical eyes relaxed, please make sure your jaw and your teeth and your forehead are also relaxed. Let the effort behind your breath go and just stay there. Keep your gaze there. As you're taking your normal, natural breath, breathe to and from the base of your skull, the back of your brain. Physical eyes are relaxed. Experience whatever there is to experience here. Notice whatever there is to notice. You may notice that your head is turning more to the left or more to the right. Don't try to figure out what that means. Don't go back to your Louise Hay books and start analyzing or deciding what that means. Just notice anything like that and go back to finding the base of your skull, the back of your brain. And now we're going to switch the breath just a little bit so that as you inhale, you're going to think about inhaling from the back of the brain to the third eye center, right back to the base of the inside of your forehead. As you exhale, you're going to exhale out as though you could exhale out through the forehead itself into the air and the space in front of your body. Inhale to the base of your skull, the back of your brain. But now we're bringing that inhale to the third eye, to the prefrontal cortex, the newer part of the brain. As you exhale, exhale through and out of the entire forehead. Keep this going. Inhale to back of brain. Pull the inhale. Once you feel that inhale moving in through the back of the brain, you're pulling the inhale all the way up to the front of the brain, into the forehead center area. Exhale through the forehead out into the space in front of your body. Inhale through the back of the brain to the front of the brain. Exhale out through the front of the brain into the air in front of your body. And keep that going. Keep your physical eyes relaxed. I know it's challenging, but please do, or you're going to give yourself a headache. Now, there can be a lot of sensation right there now at the base of your skull. So if there is, please go ahead and stop the breathing practice and just focus on paying attention to the sensation there. Notice if your shoulders are hunching up, or if there's other tension or tightness in the body. Relax all of that. Let the breathing practice fall away at any time. Focus on the sensation that is building up as you do this exercise. So let the exercise fall away. Notice any evidence of energy having been generated by this brain breathing. Please relax your eyes. When your mind begins to wander, go back to inhaling through the base of the skull, through the back of the brain, toward the third eye, toward the front of the brain. Exhaling out through the forehead center into the air in front of your body. Keep it going. And when you feel like you have recentered yourself, recentered your attention, you can let the breathing practice fall away. Anchoring your attention to any sensation that you are feeling as a result of the exercise. When the mind wanders, come back to your breathing. Again, if you would like to stay here and continue this exercise, please turn off the recording and simply do this without me continually leading you as I'm about to go into another exercise. Notice anything there is to notice about what your body is giving you, the feedback your body is giving you. I'm feeling some weird pain in the left side of my chest. I'm not going to try to figure it out. I'm going to notice it and pay attention to it. Maybe take a breath or two toward that pain or that feeling. And listen for the feedback that it is trying to give me, if any. Now, if you would like to go on to the next exercise, on this one, I'm going to have you lie onto your back. And as you do lie onto your back, please bring your knees into your chest. You can certainly keep your eyes closed on this one. There's no reason to have your eyes open. I do know that some people would rather not close their eyes so much, right? So if you feel any trepidation about keeping your eyes closed, there's no harm in eyes open. I just tend to be very distracted when my eyes are open. I start counting, the lines on the ceiling or something like that, and it distracts me. So I'm going to keep my eyes closed, but certainly feel free to open your eyes. So let's just draw the knees in, and if you have been doing this complete exercise with me, you're going to feel like you want to just rock side to side a few times. Please feel free to do that. And use this as a way to actually notice your spine again. Once you feel complete with that, take your knees further away from you and begin rocking across the small of your back. And then across the back of the pelvis. Until eventually the soles of your feet come to the ground. Please feel free to stay here. This is how I'm going to stay. If this is not comfortable for you, extend your legs out beneath you. If that is also not comfortable, if you do have a pillow, just put a pillow underneath your knees. For me, I stay a little more awake if my feet are on the floor and I'm kind of rooting down with the feet. If you are doing this in bed, I would recommend putting your feet on the mattress as well in order to stay awake. The feet flat on the mattress or on the floor. So once again, we're going to find Ujjayi breath for this one. Once you find Ujjayi breath, find the crown of your head. Please, again, make sure that your physical eyes are relaxed. What we tend to do here is, as I cue you to find the crown, your physical eyes want to look up. This will give you a headache eventually. So please let your physical eyes fall into their sockets. Like literally feel the heaviness of your eyeballs fall into the sockets. Relax your eyelids. And now bring your attention from your third eye, right there in the center of your brain. Look up from that vantage point at the crown of your head. As you inhale with your Ujjayi breath, imagine that the inhale is moving through your nostrils, through the third eye, all the way up to the crown, and maybe let that inhale hover above the crown of your head. right? So beyond the skull, beyond the top of your head, into the space above your crown. Hold your inhale and hold your attention there. And now I would like you to bring at least one of your hands, if not both hands, up. And let's say about 3 inches above the crown. So if you want to open your eyes and take a look, your hands are going to look like this. As you place them over your crown, they're going to be hovering, not touching the crown, but just hovering. The fingertips are lightly touching right now. If you get tired there, you can always rest one hand on top of the other. But for right now, just let the middle fingers touch lightly. Keep that breath going. Inhale through the nostrils. Physical eyes relaxed. With your third eye, you're gazing up at the crown. Pull the inhale out through the crown of your head into the space between your skull and your hands. Your fingers, really. Hold your inhale there. Hold your attention there. Let your exhale be really passive while letting go of the inhale. Do that much again. Inhale through the nostrils. Gazing up at the crown from the vantage point of your third eye. Pull the breath into the space between the top of your head and your fingers. Hold your in-breath. Notice whatever there is to notice as you hold your attention in the space between your crown and your hands. Passive exhalation. Deep inhale with Ujjayi breath through the nostrils, through the third eye, through the crown of your head into the space between your hands and the crown. If your arms are getting tired, you can release your hands, but place them, because you've just generated quite a bit of energy in your palms, place them on the lower abdomen. However, please keep your attention in that space, right between the top of the head and about 3 inches above the top of your head. Please keep going. I'm going to cue this one more time and then let you do it on your own. Inhale through the nostrils, physical eyes relaxed, gaze is up at the crown. Pull the inhale through the nostrils to the crown. Beyond the crown into the air above the crown. Into the space where you're between your hands and your crown, or if your hands are not there any longer, where that space was, right? You can still feel that space. Passive exhalation. Remember that you are holding your inhale for as long as you can in that space between the top of your head and about 3 inches beyond the top of your head. If your hands are still there, it's all of that space between the heels of your hands and the fingertips, right? So it's not just a really small space, but a very actually large space. Now, if your hands can, if you can bring your arms back up, please do so. And keep this going. Please relax your jaw and your teeth, your eyes, your forehead. Start to notice what your eyes are doing. If they feel like they're moving, let them move. Inhale through nostrils to crown, beyond crown, into the space between crown and hands. Hold inhale for as long as you possibly can without straining whatsoever. Passive exhalation when you need to. Let your eyes do what they want to do unless they want to tense up or clench up. 3 more rounds. As you hold, notice what the eyes are doing. Passive exhale. Make sure you're holding that breath in the space above your head and in between, right, the hands. On your last exhalation this time, I want you to take your hands and put them onto your head as though you are just pushing all of that concentrated energy into the skull and into the brain, into the crown chakra. You can push with not a ton of pressure because I don't want you to feel like you're compressing your neck, but push with quite a bit of pressure as though you're moving the energy through the hair follicles even, right, into the crown chakra and into your brain. Let the breathing practice drop away. Keep your attention at the crown of your head. Notice how you feel, notice how your body feels, notice what emotions may be coming up. If your arms are very tired, please bring the hands back to the belly. Open monitoring, your gaze or your attention is at the crown, but you are able to then expand your awareness out to notice whatever else is happening in your body. Even notice that we don't maybe want to be in our body, right? For a lot of reasons, all of which are valid. Challenge yourself to start being comfortable in your body. This is how we begin, right? Notice how many times our mind wanders away. Bring it back. Again, feel free to continue this exercise so that whenever your mind wanders, you're going to bring your hands up over the crown. Inhale through the nostrils to the crown, beyond the crown, into the space between the top of your head and the hands. Holding for as long as you absolutely possibly can without any straining. Passive exhalation, keeping your attention there the entire time in that space between. When your arms get tired, hands come to lower belly. If you can keep your hands there, eventually you're going to compress all of that concentrated energy into the crown. Keep your gaze focused at the crown chakra, at your brain, the left and the right hemispheres of the brain. Noticing whatever there is to notice. Feeling whatever there is to feel. If you want to stay here, turn off this recording. If you would like to end your practice now, please roll to one side, or even better, if you are lying down, please rock lengthwise on your spine, unless you're going to sleep, because this is a little energizing. Otherwise, rock lengthwise at least 3 or 4, 5, 6 or 7 times until you come up to a seated pose. Notice right away how your spine feels. Your spine should feel quite alive. You should actually be able, with your eyes open or closed, be able to perceive of your spine with your mind's eye. The very last thing I will have you do today is to focus entirely on your spine. Open monitoring. Not looking for a specific part of your spine, not breathing to any part of the spine, just looking for your spine with your mind's eye. Breathing in whatever way feels best for you, knowing you can always incorporate any of the other breathing practices that we've done today. Every single one of these is a very powerful precursor for meditation. Every one of these exercises stand alone or can be done in a very powerful way together if you do have a full hour. Gazing at your spine, whatever part of the spine you can see. Breathing however you want to breathe to keep your awareness on your spine. Physical eyes are still relaxed, jaw, teeth, and brow unfurrowed, unclenched. Please don't miss out on what is happening in your body. So as you find a sensation, a noticing of a sensation, attend to that sensation with your awareness and with your presence for just a few more moments. Or again, I'm going to end this, but you can stay here for as long as you would like. Thank you so much. Namaste.